Let's begin in extended child's pose near the back of your mat. Reach your arms forward as you soften your chest and hips down towards your mat. And take a few deep Ujjayi breaths in and out through your nose. A loud breath that is created by constricting the muscles in the back of your throat. This is the breath that will keep you focused and grounded. So maintain this breath throughout the rest of practice today. Now gently lift up and thread your left arm underneath until you're lying down on your left shoulder. Left ear comes down to the mat. Add a half bind by reaching your right arm around behind you so the back of your right hand is touching your left hip. Then just breathe as your body settles into place. There is a quote by Mark Manson. The desire for a more positive experience is itself a negative experience. And paradoxically, the acceptance of one's negative experience is itself a positive experience. Gently lift up and switch sides. Thread your right arm underneath. Take the half bind with your left arm wrapping around behind you, palm facing up, and settle into place. This quote, the desire for more positive experience is a negative experience, and the acceptance of a negative experience being a positive experience, reminds me of santosha, Sanskrit for being content with the now. Meaning that you don't wish for more or less, but you're happy with this moment exactly as it is. Or in other words, peace. Come back into extended child's pose with your arms long in front of you. This time take your knees even wider, even off the sides of your mats until you start to feel a lengthening in your inner thighs. And let's take this peace, santosha, being happy with the moment exactly as it is, into our practice today. Find peace with your postures, your transitions, your breath, and anything that comes up on your mat today. When you're ready, rise up into a tabletop and take a few cat-cow spinal waves, inhaling as you drop your belly, exhaling as you round your spine, and feel free to add any other movement that might serve you. Eventually, make your way to downward facing dog and continue exploring movement as you appreciate any and all sensation in your body. And let's find Ragdoll at the top of our mats. Separate your feet about hip distance or wider. Gentle bend in your knees. Grab onto your elbows and relax your neck, head, and jaw. As your hamstrings begin to open up, deepen your breath in and out through your nose. Now release your elbows. Toe heel your feet together to touch, and find halfway lift. Slide your hands up to your shins, even to your thighs, and roll your shoulders back as if you were trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. Lengthen out through the crown of your head. Take a big inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide your hands up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. This time, mountain pose, come all the way up. Reach your arms overhead, but take your arms as wide as you need to so that you can relax your shoulders down. With your weight anchored down evenly through your feet, engage through your body, stand tall through the crown of your head, then grab onto your left wrist as you lengthen out your left side body. Tendency is to curl up here, so try pushing your right shoulder forward just slightly and pull your right hip back just slightly. Anchor down through your left foot as you lengthen through your left fingertips. Big breath in, big breath out, and come back to center and switch sides. Grab onto your right wrist, lengthen out your whole right side body. Driving down through your right heel, reach up through your right fingertips. Rotate your left shoulder forward just slightly. Push your left hip back just a little bit. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come back to center. Mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Take halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins. Find your flat back. Then set up a high plank. Plant your hands, step your feet back, fan your fingers out wide, bring your neck in line with your spine. Everything is lifting away from the ground, pushing against gravity. Find your Ujjayi breath to keep you calm, even within the challenge. Find your peace, even within this pose. 3, 2, and you'll slowly lower. 1, come all the way down to your belly. From your belly, plant your hands on fingertips, but wide, so that your fingertips are on the edge of your mat. Lift your elbows up towards the ceiling, then push into your fingertips to lift your head and chest up off the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, lower down and lower your right ear down to the mat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower your left ear down to the mat. Inhale, come back up a little higher. Exhale, lower down, plant your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes under. Inhale, press up into a high plank all at once. Then exhale, send it back to downward facing dog. For half pigeon, bring your right knee to your right wrist, even open towards the right side of your mat. Sink into your hips and take your time as you slowly surrender down. At this point, you can release your Ujjayi breath and just breathe deep into your belly. So no need to control or constrict any muscles in your throat, but instead breathe in and out through your nose. So your inhales inflate your belly and your exhales deflate. Then slowly rise. Come back to downward facing dog and switch sides. Left knee past your left wrist. Sink into your hips and take your time as you slowly surrender. Stay soft and relaxed, and just appreciate the sensations of this pose as you breathe deep into your belly. Take your time as you rise, and make your way to your final down dog. Next inhale, look up, bend your knees. Exhale, step your feet all the way through, take a seat on your mat, and come to lie down on your back, making your way to happy baby. Grab onto your feet or ankles. Iron out your spine. Then draw your knees together and reach your arms out by your sides like a T or bent at the elbows for cactus arms. Keep your knees together and lower them down to your left. Option to turn your chin to the right. And breathe so deep, your inhales inflate and lengthen. Your exhales deflate, relax, and melt. Draw your knees back to center and switch sides. Lower both knees down to your right. Breathe into your back, your hips, your shoulders, wherever you feel it. Then bring your knees back to center. Place your hands on your shins. Feel your belly press into your thighs. And gently release into Shavasana. Take space. And with your eyes gently closed, relax everything you don't need, from your eyelids to your toes. Invite small movement in your fingers and toes. Roll out your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms overhead, take a long body stretch. Then curl up on one side into a fetal position. Using your hands, press yourself up to seated, and bring your hands together at heart center. The desire for a more positive experience is itself a negative experience, and paradoxically, the acceptance of a negative experience is in itself a positive experience. Find peace with your present, exactly as it is, without wanting or wishing. And practice this peace, Santosha, off your mat today, especially in the moments where it may seem more difficult. From the peace in me to the peace in you. Namaste.